Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Oh, the look on their faces, it's just so rich. After spending the last couple of weeks attempting to gaslight us that nobody supports what Donald Trump and Elon Musk are doing, after spending all this time promoting all this outrage, it's just so nice. It's such a gift to then have to see these exact same frickin' pundits be forced to have to indirectly admit the truth. Oh boy, the polls that are dropping right now are doing all the work for us. Don't need to spend much time debunking the latest leftoid narrative when the numbers themselves just tell the whole story. I got a CNN clip to show you guys where you can just see the panic on their face as they're forced to have to admit the truth that the people support Donald Trump more than ever before. The Trump surge is very much real. And let's just say the collective left is struggling to cope a little bit. Yeah, they're delving into their typical delusional conspiracy theories. In other words, nothing really new. The left simply cannot handle the truth. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so just take a look at this clip right over here. The CNN is essentially indirectly forced to admit that Trump does in fact have a mandate, he has popular support, and he's doing exactly what he promised.
CBS News out with a new poll showing that Americans seem to be liking what they're seeing. But it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, I mean, look, but it's not just CBS. You know, I like to take an average of the polls. And holy smokes, I mean, look at what the difference is between now versus 8 years ago during the first Trump term, right? This is Trump's net approval rating on February 10th. You go back to 2017, Trump was already underwater at minus 5 points on the net approval rating. That's approval minus disapproval. What a difference 8 years makes. He's on the positive side of the ledger at plus 4 points. And again, it's not just the CBS News poll. We're talking about the Gallup poll. We're talking about the Ipsos poll. We are talking about the Pew poll. All of these respective pollsters have Trump in a better position now than they did 8 years ago. The bottom line is Americans are far more likely to say they like what they're seeing now versus what they felt during Trump's first term.
Yeah, this comes after the mainstream media telling us that all of this stuff came out of left field. You know, we were supposed to be shocked and surprised. Where did all of this come from? This isn't what was advertised? Yeah, well, I guess the American people see it quite differently. 70% of people surveyed in that poll believe that Donald Trump is simply keeping his promises, and of course, that number goes alongside with Donald Trump's historically high approval rating from a CBS poll of all places. And of course, like I mentioned in the intro, the left really doesn't seem to be taking it so well. Yup, instead of accepting reality, they're engaging in ridiculous gaslighting. The collective left online is now actually trying to make the case that CBS is now part of some sort of pro-Trump psyop. These people are completely detached from reality. Take a look at this. Here's a compilation of left-wing responses to the latest CBS poll. What it says to me is that CBS is his lapdog, and they're desperately trying to change the narrative. This poll is utter nonsense, but it owns the libs, so they will pretend that it's real, or that CBS lies. Everyone I know is freaking out over the destruction of government. This poll isn't real. Yeah, as if I'd trust anything from CBS. You think they'd post a bad poll? Please. Propaganda. I'd be curious about the design of this study. I don't believe it. Well, if you delved into the crosstabs, you'd realize that CBS and YouGov are still left-wing push pollsters. Yet despite that, Donald Trump still has incredible numbers. But anyways, the comments go on, totally made up. CBS has probably been told to publish this or else. Yep, exactly as expected. If the Democrats aren't winning, there's gotta be a conspiracy. There's something behind it, and in this case, it's that CBS News is now pro-Trump and pushing pro-Trump propaganda. CBS News, a literal leftist rag network. The same network that edited their Kamala Harris interview to try to make her look good. CBS News, the same news outlet that ran a 4-minute segment about Joe Biden cheap fakes. Remember that one?
Cheap fake clips went viral on social media. Take a look at this clip, for example. It shows Biden and other world leaders watching a skydiving demonstration before the president is seen walking away and looking in another direction.
They basically ran this piece gaslighting us, making it seem as if people were fabricating videos of Joe Biden online, looking old and confused, as if we needed to fabricate those videos. It's just absurd. But that's what you get with these leftoids. It's always conspiracy theories and double standards. The reality is they just can't handle being on the losing side. But that's the reality. You guys are on the losing side. But for some reason, they just simply can't wrap their head around it. In their view, everybody is outraged at the destruction of the country that Donald Trump is ushering in. But obviously, that's not what's happening. The majority of the American populace agrees and approves with the Trump mandate that is currently being implemented. And again, everybody understands this. Everybody got the memo except for the Dems. Yeah, according to them, it's a constitutional crisis.
What I'm thinking about and talking to, my friends at Democracy Defenders and other lawyers about is, could there be a nationwide class action lawsuit against Musk, against the Trump administration for this breach in computer security and the data of all American taxpayers? It could be a class action suit on behalf of all Americans.
Jamie Raskin is claiming that he's suing Elon Musk on behalf of the people. But who exactly are the people that he thinks he represents? Certainly not the majority of Americans, right, according to the data, because as we know, as the data continues to confirm Trump's agenda is overwhelmingly popular, so little Jamie Raskin here is supposedly fighting for the people. If little Jamie Raskin here was fighting for the people, you'd think he'd have the polling data to back it up. But obviously, he doesn't. The people aren't outraged. Nobody's falling for this constitutional crisis crap. And I think at this point, most people are seeing the double standard. We got all these Democrats talking about a breach of private data. Elon Musk is trying to steal your grandmother's social security number. Unironically, this is what some Democrats are suggesting. But again, the double standard, I find it interesting that now, all of a sudden, these people are screeching about privacy breaches. But when China just recently hacked the US Treasury and got a bunch of personal data, well, we didn't hear a frickin' peep. The base millennial pointed that out.
Did you know that a Chinese spy got remote access to every single workstation at the Treasury a month before Trump took office? So while all you liberals are like, oh my God, Elon Musk can't possibly get access to all the information at the Treasury, fucking China got it the month before Trump took office. Biden administration sent a letter to Congress admitting that days earlier a Chinese state-sponsored advanced persistent threat actor secured remote access to every workstation in the Department of the Treasury. Democrats thought so little of this intrusion, most of you never even heard of it. Most of the American people never heard of this. But it happened. Why all of you worry about Elon Musk having access to your personal data? The country of China's got it. Kind of makes the whole block and TikTok worthless as well, right? The United States government gave a Chinese spy full access to the Department of the Treasury. But yeah, Elon's who we should worry about.
It's clearly just disingenuous, selective outrage. Everything's partisan. Elon Musk doesn't have a group of Zoomers trying to steal your private data. They're simply following the money. That's it. And the people know this, and nobody's falling for the Democrat messaging on this issue. That is clear. But according to the left, that's not true at all. People are outraged, and any poll suggesting the opposite is somehow a Trump psyop. Donald Trump must be threatening CBS News and YouGov. How ridiculous is that? Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.